Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Fat guy on a little quad. Fat guy on a little quad. Hey, if you don't hurry, this one's going to be mine. It's Cycle Search 2023, your opportunity to win not one, but two great off-road vehicles with Mix 96 FM and all of Total Media. You don't want to miss out on it.
It's something you and your buddies can take home and race.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off the morning with some special friends from the Jackson Post of the Ohio State Highway Patrol. They are not here, as far as I know, to arrest me. We are here to talk about a lot of things that you guys have going on. And we have Trooper Malone and Trooper Hutton here, so welcome.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy days to come here. So James and I were talking at the beginning of the week about this new law that has been implemented. It was passed, I think, a long time ago, but actually started to be implemented about the distracted driving and all that. So we asked you all to come in, and then, well, believe it or not, you all have an open house coming up and some other things. So this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. So first off, let's get excited and talk about something coming up in the next couple of days, and that is your open house.
Yes, so that is going to be this Saturday at the Jackson Post out on Chillicothe Pike.
Okay.
It is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
And my understanding that the special response team will be there, which when you came out last time was there with the big, I think
Was
it's
that
called
the
Bear.
like the
Bear
SWAT vehicle
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
That was so cool.
That should be there.
So fun.
Hopefully aviation, so that could mean possibly a helicopter, but I can't say for sure that that'll be there, but that was mentioned that it could be. Let's see. Oh, our radio technicians, which you met as well last time, so they do all of our cruiser equipment type stuff, and then of course dispatch, so they have to be there because they will be working. But yeah, you can come out, check out the facility, take a tour, meet the troopers that are working that day. And the whole reason behind the open house is it is our 90th birthday this year. The Ohio State Highway Patrol's 90th birthday.
Is it? Well, happy birthday.
Yes. So
Will
it's
there
actually,
be cake?
I'm assuming there will be cake.
What'd
I
you
hope
say?
there will be cake.
Today over 75.
Yes.
No, if there's not cake, I mean, that would be really shameful, wouldn't it?
It would.
There would be.
Yeah.
Should we call Lieutenant Morgan and tell him there needs to be cake?
I will make sure he knows you want
Yeah,
cake.
you say
down.
cake is required. No, that is something very special. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I think probably one of the funnest days that we had, I think last year, and James, I'm sure would say the same thing, was coming out to visit you guys at the open house and getting to see all the cool equipment. Like you let me sit in the police car, and we learned how to push all the buttons together,
Right.
did we? Because
It was a new prototype. and
Yeah, it was
I
a
didn't
prototype.
understand just half
She's
of
like,
it.
I don't know how it works either. So have you figured it out since then?
Well, we only had it for that day.
Oh!
So I was just telling Derek about it. I'm like, I didn't know anything about this patrol car. It was new. I'm pushing buttons. So.
You shouldn't let two blonde girls in a car that has a bunch of buttons and sirens and stuff in it. I can promise you it was a really bad mistake. But anyway, what does this one do?
Right.
Exactly.
But anyway, no, we had a blast, and it was so cool to get to meet like the K9 and get to see that big SWAT kind of like vehicle thing. And oh man, it was really fun.
Yes.
Had a good time. And the patrol post is absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, we're so fortunate to have it here in the area. And, you know, I love just the fact that you guys putting like a human element to that. Like, you know, people I think look at, you know, police and first responders and whatnot sometimes is like on this pedestal, or they're not really people, they're superheroes or unattainable.
Right.
And I think it's really nice to be able to just sit here and chat with you guys today. Not that it's not a respect thing. You obviously have to respect the police and all of that, but like at the end of the day, you all are here to help, and it's not like you're the bad guys
Right.
or, you know, anything like that. So I think it's really cool to put that human element, and you get to, if you go out, you get to meet all of these folks,
Yes.
and they're wonderful.
Everybody's welcome to come.
And they go home like the rest of us and have families and kids and, you know, all of that stuff. So cool. So that is this coming Saturday.
It is.
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Jackson Post of the Highway Patrol, which is out like the old Chillicothe Pike. I
Correct.
guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Very, very cool. Okay. So we've done that, and we'll circle back around to that and remind everybody about that. But so this week, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, out of thin air, we start seeing these little snippets of like this Ohio distracted driving law that's now like been being enforced. And I was like, I told James, I was like, do you know about this new law? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, exactly. So I was like, you think we could get like the patrol in to talk about that? Because, you know, number one, you need to follow it. But number two, I want to raise awareness that it even exists, because I think a lot of people don't know. So first off, could you tell everybody, you know, what is distracted driving? Because I know what a lot of people think it is, but.
Right. Distracted driving can be many different things. It's essentially anything that's visual, takes your focus off the road, a manual, you know, you're messing with your radio, or it can be cognitive, you know, you're off thinking about other things. Now this new law specifically pertains to texting, but, you know, the distractions can come from anywhere, and that there's an existing law that's already covers those other things that we've mentioned.
Okay, so this is just kind of like fine tuning the law a little bit.
Exactly.
More about phones and
Yes,
that kind of thing.
The new driving while texting law took effect April 4th, and that, you know, was in addition to the distracted driving law that we previously had. And that law was what we call a secondary offense. So we had to have, you know, you had to be going left of center, committing another violation, and then.
Which, if you're on your phone, you're probably left of center.
For sure, yeah, for sure. That's so what we would have if we observed somebody, you know, going left of center, making marked lanes, you know, running a stop sign, we would stop them for that violation and then address the distracted driving, you know, whatever that may be. This new law is another tool in our tool belt to make the roadways safer. It is a primary offense. So if we're driving down the road, seeing you holding up your phone, you know, texting, doing manual implementation on your phone, you can be stopped for that. There is a 6-month grace period, so we'll be issuing warnings from now through October.
Okay.
And educating the public.
Didn't know that.
Exactly. So
That's such a good thing, though, because of the very reason that I just said. I think there's a lot of people that don't know that this exists.
absolutely, yeah. I think generally people know they're not supposed to text and drive, or they shouldn't have their phone in front of their face, but oftentimes we all see it. It happens a lot.
Pretty much drive down the street.
Exactly. So it's nothing. It's nothing that's outlandish to most people. We all see it day to day, but it is a new law and a new way to address the problem, and we're hoping that we can ultimately reduce crashes by eventually taking enforcement action or addressing and educating the motoring public on this new law.
You know, and this isn't something to pick on people. You all see it in your line of work, and a lot of times it doesn't end well.
Absolutely.
When you get called to a crash or something of that nature. So could you explain, you know, how many crashes are caused by distracted driving or, you know, bad things that happen on the roadways because of that?
Yes.
Is it's obviously bad enough that they're making laws about it.
Right, exactly. It's garnered the attention of the legislature, the governor, as well as us, obviously. Since 2018, we've had over 63,000 crashes, or 62,000 correction there.
In Ohio?
In Ohio, related
Pull
to
up a little bit
distracted.
so they can
Yeah,
hear
sorry
you.
about that. 62,000 crashes since 2018, directly related to distracted driving.
Wait, just in Ohio?
Just in Ohio. So when you look at when you look at these numbers, they're mind-boggling. And with that being said, those are self-reported numbers. That's not.
How many people are really admitting it?
What percentage of those people or of crashes are we not able to determine that it was due to distracted driving, or they haven't admitted it? So I specifically feel that the numbers are much higher than that.
I would agree with that,
right.
and I'm not a trooper.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty common knowledge. During the same time, we've issued over 40,000 citations on the old law, which was a secondary law. So
Whoa.
for distracted driving. Now that we feel, that this has become a primary violation, it'll obviously lead to a lot more contacts, educating the public. I think we'll be able to attack it more head on. And that's our hope, to get out and educate everybody, get everybody home safely. None of us want to be involved in one of those crashes. Since 2018, there's been 207 deaths that have also been contributed to distracted driving. So,
and you always think it's not going to happen to me. I'm fine. I can text and drive. I'm fine until you end up in the ditch or rear end somebody or whatever.
Exactly.
And you don't think it's going to happen to you until it does.
Right.
Yep.
So none of us are immune, and we're all idiots driving down the road doing things we're not supposed to do. And, these guys know firsthand and unfortunately see, the repercussions of some of those mistakes that we all make out on the roads.
Yes.
right.
I've actually been to a crash scene where TikTok was still playing. Driver was deceased, drove under the back of a semi.
Yes.
So preventable.
they were
Completely
watching
preventable.
TikTok.
Watching TikTok while they were driving. Yes.
And how does that make you feel? My God.
Super sad when you know the person could have that it never had to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what is on TikTok that's that important?
Right. Nothing's that important.
Nothing's that important. Wow. I don't know at the end of the day how, you would go home and just be like, wow, what a waste.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We definitely see the other side of it, and talking to people, and it's hard to explain that sometimes, but
And this is why you got to
mention
understand
numbers like
yeah,
that.
they're not picking on people. They're
Right.
trying to protect us from ourselves.
Exactly.
Because we're all idiots.
I would say that. But,
I mean, come on. We're all guilty of doing stupid things in our vehicles.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
happens.
it's true. Okay, so distracted driving obviously is a big enough deal that we're passing laws and things about that. So, what are the things that you are, as a primary offense now, with this new law being enforced as we speak, what are you not allowed to do? What are you allowed to do? Because you told us some things off the air that we were really confused about. So,
right. The new law, and I would encourage everybody to look it up, read it themselves. It's Ohio Revised Code 4511.204. To get a full.
okay, say that again.
Sorry.
Just look up Ohio Revised Code.
4511.204.
Okay.
And that's the new driving while texting law.
Okay.
And in this, to call it very plain, don't be on your phone. You can't answer a phone with a single input, put it to your ear, talk on the phone, and then hang it up.
Which we did not know about.
Right.
We thought that was a big fat no-no too.
Right. It's but it does. You're not allowed to put any input, virtual input. You can use speak to text, things like that. Any kind of hands-free is obviously still legal. But a lot of cars, the reason that exemption exists, obviously some cars don't have hands-free technology, so you can still answer the phone, hold it up to your ear.
Okay.
Now, you got it out in front of you, this and that, trying to dial a number.
Yeah, don't
then
be
you're in
dialing
violation of the
or-
law.
yeah.
So that's it's very, very specific. There are 13 exemptions that, once again, I'd encourage everybody to read specifically. During emergency contacts, you need to call 911, things like that. You can do that, as well as several other exemptions. But to call it very plain what it is, keep your phone down, focus on the road.
Okay. Yeah, common sense should kind of prevail. Like, don't be texting and driving. Don't be, doing things where you have to look at your phone.
Right.
Right.
So if someone important calls you, you can say hello and hold your phone right here, and that's okay, which we didn't think it was. So I'm
Right.
glad that you said that.
Yeah. There, like I said, there are some exemptions in the law, but as a whole, it states that there's no manipulation of the phone. So you're going to pick it up, hit the answer button, and that's it. You're not going to pick it up, dial numbers,
Okay.
and go into great detail that way.
But I think the modern cars now, and it's, I understand if you don't have, a car with the Bluetooth and all that stuff, like this makes it a little bit more complicated because, like my car, I can say, call, my husband, and I don't have to do anything.
Right.
It just does, and I can hear it through the radio and that kind of thing. So, most of us have that technology now.
Yeah, it's pretty common now.
in our vehicles.
Definitely some don't, but as a whole, the hands-free technologies, gained a lot of attention, a lot of traction over the years. And
Now, okay, so Jeremiah and I were talking about this law the other day, one of the news guys here, and does that include, like, say, for example, with my husband's, I told you, rusty old pickup truck that he won't give up, it does not have this technology. Does that include, like where we used to use, like, the Bluetooth headsets and things like that? Would that be okay?
Yeah, anything hands-free. Yeah, as long as it's
Okay.
hands-free and you don't have both. You don't have a headset on covering both ears. That would cover another RRC. But
Yes.
Yeah, you can't have both
You
ears.
can't have both ears covered.
don't
Just
One-
one ear covered.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, use the headphone that has the microphone in it. It's the right one, just to let you know.
She knows.
It's the one in the right ear.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, very cool. Okay, and so this is important. 6-month grace period, but we're 1 week into it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That goes through October. So,
Okay.
and you can still be, motorists can still be cited for other violations after if they're stopped and for, that. And there's a lot of examples, but maybe they're not wearing their safety belt or something like that. They could still be cited for not wearing their safety belt.
Okay.
So that is, allows us to stop the motor vehicle if in the course of our interaction, we discover other issues or things that need to be addressed, they can be addressed.
Okay. Well, let's help people out a little bit. What's the alternative? Say you're driving down the road and, say a business call comes through and you don't have this hands-free technology, but you have to take that call. What is the alternative? Can you pull over to the side of the road? Do you all frown upon that? What would be the best bet for somebody to do what they need to do?
Well, like I said, obviously, if you have your phone, you can answer it. You can hit one touch and answer it. Hello, can I call you right back? And maybe in preference, I think you'll be better doing that and pulling off the side of the road somewhere in a safe location. Don't
Location.
Stop, yeah, we
stop
don't
on the road.
I'm sure Trooper Hutton would agree with me. We don't encourage just diving off the side of the road anywhere you can because you're encountering a whole nother set of hazards at that point. Once again, just focus on the road, drive to where you got to get, and then answer your calls, make your contacts, things like that. It really is worthwhile to put that off a little bit.
Yeah, it's listen, and again, there's no TikTok, there's no phone call, there's nowhere you have to be worth dying over,
Right.
Exactly.
or killing someone else over, or hurting somebody.
Exactly, and it changes in the split second.
Yes.
You go from having a good day, maybe trying to answer a phone call from your kids or whatnot, or trying to text your kids, "I'll be home," and next thing you know, you've been involved in a crash and possibly caused injury.
None of us want that.
No.
No,
We want to keep everybody safe. That's why you guys do what you do.
Yes.
absolutely.
Contrary to what maybe some people think, that they are good people out there.
Absolutely. and we've all, this law, like I said, it states the obvious in a lot of ways. We've all been out in our personal vehicles driving around and off the road you go because somebody's coming at you, on the wrong side of the road.
Oh.
I was coming home Sunday and had the same exact thing happen. I had my whole family in the car, and in a completely blind curve, somebody comes around the road like this right here on their phone, half a car width left to center. I mean, it's terrifying. And anybody that's been in that situation knows that, because you have nowhere to go.
Right.
Imagine you had two people in that situation on the phone, not paying attention.
Exactly.
Right.
And
So we're just destined to meet up in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it'll have good effects, hopefully, and it'll take a lot of, obviously cooperation from the public. Everybody's got to step in and give, put forward to make the road safer, and that's our ultimate goal.
Okay, and I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, we just want everybody to get where they're going and come home safely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay. So, and I know you guys have lots of statistics and stuff, and the bottom line is be safe.
Absolutely.
Don't do stupid things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about, I know the last time that you and Lieutenant Morgan were in, you all talked about the patrol doing some recruitment.
Correct.
So let's talk about that for a minute. And is that still a thing that's going on?
It is, and it will always probably be
Okay.
going on now. So like we mentioned, the open house at the beginning, if you are interested in being a trooper, come out Saturday. There will be troopers there. You can talk to somebody, but there's always a trooper at the post, or if there's not somebody at the post, they'll come in and talk to you. So anytime, day or night, if you are interested in being a trooper, just come out to the post. An appointment is nice, but you don't have to make an appointment.
Okay.
And someone will talk to you. So I'm the designated recruiter for this area.
Lucky
But-
you.
That doesn't necessarily mean I have to be there to talk to you. I'm going to be gone next week, so somebody else will have to stand in and, for me. But yeah, so Saturday will be a great opportunity to come in and talk to somebody.
That's
I think last time we
fantastic.
had it on a Friday, and so we didn't have a whole lot of foot traffic. So maybe
on
with
a
it being
Friday.
Saturday, we'll get a few more people in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just not to tour the facility if you want to be a trooper.
Great opportunity
yes.
to meet people, talk to people. There'll be several troopers there.
Well, I thought that was
Get
what
different
was
perspectives,
so neat about when we were there. There were so many troopers there, and able to meet with them and find out their different kind of jobs and that kind of
yes,
stuff.
there are a lot of other things than being just a road trooper, which I'm kind of just a road trooper, but canine handlers and criminal patrol troopers. And so there's a lot of different things you can do once you become a trooper. You can pilot, lots of stuff.
do all kind of things. And, and not only being a trooper, but, the dispatchers and all the other
Yes.
people that have, that you all depend on to
Exactly.
be able to do what you do every day, hiring for all of that stuff too. So, anything that you may be interested in, and that's a good foot in the door too, like the dispatchers and that kind of thing. So just come out Saturday and meet them and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
talk.
And since we did talk last time, a few things with the patrol have changed. So
Okay.
we have a new tattoo policy. So previously, you could not have visible tattoos in our short sleeve summer uniform. So now it is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
That was not allowed. It has changed. So basically, the uniform I have on now, you can't have any visible tattoos in this uniform. So nothing on the neck, nothing hands, wrist.
Okay.
You would wear this uniform all year round. We are testing some uniforms, get something a little cooler.
yeah.
But so you could have tattoos now on your arms, where before we were turning those folks away. So
Oh, okay.
yes, so that
Good
that really-
luck with that, finding people that don't have tattoos now, right?
yes. And then another thing, our age changed. So,
Oh.
yes, it used to be cut off 33. You could turn 34 in the academy. Now it's 39. You can turn 40 in the academy.
Okay.
So, so those folks that are a tad bit older are welcome to
I think
apply.
that's
So,
fantastic.
yes.
Yeah. The our current command staff has taken definitely appropriate action trying to reach out to more people and include more people. We understand that tattoos don't exclude somebody anymore, and we want to incorporate those people. So as we said, it's our 90th anniversary.
Yeah.
That just recently changed, so you do the math there on how long that's been standing policy.
Yes.
And so we're making significant changes in
Wow.
that area, and hoping to incorporate more diverse people.
See, even the police have to change with the times
Yes.
after, a while. And, it's funny in just the time that I know that I've been in business, you think back, which is, been a few years ago, but you think about the things that you would have never accepted
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago
Yes.
that today, I mean, you'd never have anyone work.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And what does it matter if somebody has, tattoo? Like it makes
Doesn't make
their-
them work any
doesn't no, and it doesn't make them bad people or
Right.
whatever. Like it's just a mindset, I think, and so that's neat that they're revamping that and
Yes.
somebody's listening.
Yep,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So very cool. All right. So if you're interested in becoming a trooper or anything employment at all with the highway patrol, this open house would be perfect.
yes.
Opportunity.
Don't get that opportunity to have everybody in one place that often.
Yes.
Yes.
So
and you get to see cool toys.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. yeah, exactly. Look at all our stuff. But no, it's a great opportunity to just meet a lot of different our dispatchers, like she said, or electronic techs, troopers.
Yeah.
Different ranks of all of us, sergeants, lieutenants. So yeah, we welcome everybody to come on out.
Very cool. Now, will you two be there?
We will
Unfortunately,
not.
not.
Oh no. Well, you get
we,
to see them here.
Exactly. Unfortunately, there'll be a lot of us there, but we will not. had some scheduling conflicts already.
Okay, well, that's all right. We'll forgive you this time.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our viewers while you're here? Because we do appreciate you so much taking time to stop by.
Yeah. I think, just to go back to the texting and driving, that seems to be
Yes.
the current topic, for obvious reasons. Try to educate yourself on the law. If you have questions, call the patrol post. We'll gladly answer specific questions. It's somewhat unknown for a lot of people right now. We're trying to get the word out, people like yourself are really helping
Yeah.
spread this, around and
For
making sure
sure.
everybody understands it. And like I said, just focus on the road. We want you to get where you're going. And without crashing and having to come in contact with us.
Yeah, I mean, no offense. They love everyone, but they don't really want to
Absolutely.
see you in that kind of situation.
No.
Not in that capacity. We'd rather see you at the open house than on the
Yes,
side of the road.
exactly.
Exactly. Or you'd rather help them change a tire than than be crashed
exactly.
along the road somewhere.
Exactly.
So, that's wonderful. And so thank you guys for stopping by. It is greatly
Absolutely.
appreciated. We're here for the public, and if we can let you all know something that's going on that you may or may not know about, and with these folks here, then that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. We appreciate you having us.
Yes,
Of
thank
course.
you so much.
Anytime.
Well, you're welcome anytime. You know that.
Yes.
Tawana loves to come
Oh,
here.
I love it. It's my favorite thing to do.
She does. She loves us so much. All right. Well, we do have some other guests coming up here in just a moment. But before we do that, I told you that we do mean things to new guests.
Oh, look. Here we are.
He thought I was kidding. I was not kidding. I was
Here we
totally
are.
not kidding. So today is day 37 of the Cycle Search 2023. And you have to get out there and look for that key packet. And we're going to make you read the Cycle Search clue for today.
Oh, man. Okay. As the sun shines, look where you may. Surrounded by the trees is where the packet lays.
All right, say it one more time.
As the sun shines, look where you may. Surrounded by trees is where the packet lays.
So it's surrounded by trees.
That's your clue for today, apparently.
We're getting good ones this week.
I don't know. I feel like that could be anywhere.
I know, surrounded by trees in our area.
Yeah, that's a wide
I
area.
wonder, where would that be? All right, very good. Well, you guys get out of here. We appreciate you so much, and get back to keeping people safe.
Yes.
Yep. Thanks for having us.
All right, thank you
so much.
All right, well, let's head on over to this weather forecast because it is fantastic. And thank you, Dylan, for pulling that up. And look at this. Now, you guys be safe out there, too. All right, so today is Tuesday, April 11th, which means look at the forecast this week. Sunshine in the forecast and highs of 75 degrees today. I just don't know that you get anything prettier than that. Tomorrow on Wednesday, even better, partly cloudy skies, highs of 78, lows of 48. Come on over, girls, have a seat. And look at Thursday. Oh my gosh, there's an 8 in the forecast. Sunshine and highs of 80, lows of 50, and it goes all the way through the weekend. So we cannot complain. This is about the most perfect week of weather that I have seen, and I can't even tell you how long. So cool. All right, well, we have some more friends here on the program today.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yes. And we have our good friend Melissa Devers here. Or wait, are we going by Missy or Melissa now?
Either or, I don't care.
Okay. All right. Hey, you.
Yeah, you can mix it up a little bit, you know.
That's right. And then another good friend, Jenni Lewis here.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome.
Hello, good to be here.
Good to have you here. And you girls are from, we're going to say AAA7.
That's right. I
Sounds
like
like
it that way.
sounds like a superhero
Yeah.
movie.
I
I know
like
it does,
that.
does like James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AAA7.
Instead of 007, it's AAA7.
777.
That's right.
No, that is the Area Agency on Aging.
Yes.
And then the 7 stands for what? District 7?
District
Yes.
7.
Lucky
You're
number
good.
7.
Lucky
You're
number
good.
7. You're
Yep.
exactly right. And you guys, well, you have some exciting things. Like, aren't you moving?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
What?
Yeah. So our administrative office has been in Rio Grande for years and years, since the 90s. Well, really before then, but the building that we're currently in, we've been there since the 90s. And so now we're moving to Jackson at 1 AC Avenue.
It's yes, it's a you can't miss the building. They've refurbished
it's
it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it, love it. And
It's good.
they, redone it to our specifications, what we wanted.
That's
so that
awesome.
made it really exciting, and just excited to be in Jackson and more central to the area that we serve. And I think that'll be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's back up for a minute and talk about AA7 and, what are the services? Why do you exist? What are the services that you all provide?
Well, we provide a number of services, but basically, just to summarize it, is we help folks stay in their home if they want to be in their home.
Okay.
They need to meet, for certain programs, they need to meet a certain nursing home level of care, which is what we call it. But what's great about our agency is that we have a resource center. So, maybe something's going on with mom or dad and you're not quite sure. Maybe they need some help around the house. They want to stay at home. You need some services. So you
Okay.
give us a call.
Okay.
We'll kind of go through a process of asking you some questions over the phone. And then hopefully you're interested in an assessment and we can come to the home. One of our nurses or social workers can come to the home and just have a very in-depth conversation with you and your family
Okay.
about what your needs are. And then we try to identify programs and services that can help you. We might have the program or service you're eligible for, and if so, we'll get you started. If not, we help you understand what's in your community to help you.
And when you're elderly, especially, I feel like so many folks feel lost. They feel like
Overwhelmed,
they're
too.
helpless.
Yes.
They have no idea who the heck to call.
Right.
And
Yep.
I am so glad that you all are here today.
Yep.
Because you call them.
Yes, you do.
And if nothing else, it gets you started.
It does, and a lot
Yes.
of times we hear just that. I didn't know you were here. Or I didn't know I could call you. Or I didn't know where to go or where to start. You call us.
Yes.
We'll help you work through that process.
Okay.
Or sometimes when you're in certain situations where you're just overwhelmed, you don't know where to start.
You
don't know
don't.
what's out there. This is what we do every single day. So we know what's out there and available for you. Like I said, if we have the program, we'll help you get started. If not, our resource specialists are awesome at helping you know what's out there and available, help you think about some ideas that you might not have thought about.
Okay.
To help sign you up for certain things. You might be eligible for some programs that can help you save money. We have a Medicare program with prescriptions that can help you save money if you're eligible.
Oh.
We have wellness classes. We have caregiver support. There's a lot of caregivers out there who are feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We have caregiver support. So a lot we can offer. And like I said, if we do not have the program, we help you understand who in the community can help you best.
And I think that's so awesome because, and again, there might be, like, talking about caregivers,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a caregiver has to go away for a weekend or something. And it's like, oh, gosh, I don't know.
Yes.
You deserve to be able to leave
Yes.
and go do things and whatever. So I think that, if you have a resource like you all to help with that situation, you realize you're not stuck or not that sounds a bad
Right.
word, but like you have that ability to kind of step away for a second.
Well, with the
Yes.
caregivers too, a lot of times they feel alone. They feel overwhelmed. It's nice to have somebody to talk to. So we do have a caregiver support program where you can
That's
actually
awesome.
talk to one of our staffers. They can help you think about some other ideas, other ways to do things. We have a whole online portal for caregivers that's available 24/7. There's videos on there. There's tip sheets. There's all kinds of topics to help you in your caregiver role. So, hop onto our website. There's all kinds of information to assist you. And also you can call us, email us. We'd be happy to help.
Very good. And what would the website be?
It's AAA7.org.
Okay,
Yep.
.org. So AAA7, the number 7.
That's right, the number
Right.
7. Or you can Google. I was telling the guys on the radio, if you can't remember all of that, just type in Area Agency on Aging District 7, Ohio. And it will pop up.
Get you to them. So what is your area that you cover? So if somebody's watching this program today is like, oh, well, what they're talking about sounds great. I need their assistance, but I don't know whether I fall within their area or not.
So we have 10 counties in southeastern Ohio.
Holy moly.
Yes, a big area. So we have
Whoa.
Adams, Brown, Highland, Ross, Pike, Jackson, Vinton, Lawrence,
Gallia.
Scioto.
I usually go in
Gallia.
alphabetical order.
Yep.
Gallia, yeah.
So those are, it's a big area.
That's a lot of area to cover.
And we actually, there's some other programs that we have. We actually are offering services for those under the age of 60 who are living with a disability. So we have a program for individuals who are under the age of 60 who need long-term care services. With that program and a couple other programs we have for veterans and some others, we're in 17 counties, counting those specific. But we have 10 core counties. But
you all have your hands
a lot.
full.
We do.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
land to cover.
But we have a lot of great staff.
do.
That's what's great is we have our administrative office now in Jackson, but we also have an office in West Union in Adams County.
Okay.
We have one in
Great.
Pike County.
Okay.
And then we have one in Wheelersburg in Scioto County. So we
Okay.
have staff spread.
Oh, that makes it
We do.
a bit
Yes,
better. Yeah,
we do.
So you're not working out of one
Right.
hub and having to travel all that way. Now, have you officially moved to the Jackson location, or are you in the process? How's that working?
Well, we're kind of still in the process. We are inspection and all that just got approved last week, so now we can take occupancy. But we're still working things out like internet, those sorts of things to get all of that done. And we're hoping within the next couple weeks that will finally be
It'll be all done.
finally be
Well,
done.
you think
done.
about when you're moving from
It's
your
a
house.
nightmare. Oh gosh, I was sitting here thinking like the logistical stuff.
Oh,
Y'all
my
look way
goodness.
relaxed for being moving right now.
Yeah, makeup is great, Yeah.
I covering
Well, we have these-
cucumbers.
We had these boxes that were loading in, and I thought it would be the last box. No, I had to pull another box. I mean, it was just, when you're talking about working in a place for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
You start to pull out things.
You got a
and
lot of
You
stuff.
do have a lot of stuff. So, but it was a good cleaning out process
Yes,
too.
a lot of purging.
Purge the things that you can do without.
Yes.
Yes.
Even if you think you can't.
Right.
Yeah, you needed that next week. You'll find that out once you
I have not used that in the last 8 years, but by golly, now I need it.
Yes, the
Yes,
moment
that's
you
what
throw it away.
How many times does that happen at your house?
A lot.
Every
A
time. That's
lot,
why
yeah.
I hold on to things.
Why do I not have that melon baller anymore? I haven't used it ever. But by gosh, I need it right now. But no, I'm just kidding, you guys. But it is kind of true too.
It is.
All right. So could we talk for a minute about maybe like let's dive into while you're here and we have some time. Let's dive into maybe some of the specific programs, if you don't mind, or maybe some that people wouldn't know about that y'all can help with.
I know one I would really like to mention is our Passport program, which is probably our most popular program. And so that program was developed really by the state to help keep people at home and keep them from having to go to nursing facilities. Not that that's, there's a time that people need that, but there's also a time people can live at home.
Yeah, like everyone doesn't just get thrown to the nursing facility. Like if you can stay at home,
exactly. Cool. And I mean, and when the state's funding it, it's much cheaper to keep people at home, of course.
Well, of course, yeah.
So it's a Medicaid waiver program, so Medicaid does help pay for it, but people have so many misgivings and myths about it. So people will say, well, I don't qualify for that because I don't qualify for Medicaid. Well, this is a different kind of Medicaid. So it's much higher income limits, asset limits. So eligibility is a lot different. And then another myth that it's not really a myth, but a concern that people have is they'll say, oh, well, I've heard that if you take Passport, you have to sign your home over. That is not true.
Okay.
It's that anytime you have Medicaid benefit in the state of Ohio, they can recover your home upon your death. And so it's called a state recovery. But does that mean that that's going to happen? No. And I mean, actually, I'm gonna say it happens very little.
Okay.
I mean, it can happen so that they can recoup money, but you have to think about if the state's going to go after something, it's going to be something that's worth some pretty good money.
Yeah.
If not, it's not worth their time and effort
To go
after
for it.
So it really happens very little. And what I want people to understand is, I've been a social worker for years and I've seen people not take the help. And then by not taking the help, then they do end up in a nursing facility. And then all your money's going to be gone right then.
You're not kidding.
You know,
and that's
so,
nothing about
yes.
nursing facilities, but if you don't have some type of insurance, which many people don't,
Yes.
it's gone.
It is. Yes. I mean, $100,000 for a year, that's nothing.
No.
Nothing. So I really want people to think about that. Please don't wait to get help. Please don't let what other people say that are myths and things that aren't true keep you from reaching out to us.
Love that.
Because it's not going to cost you anything. And you don't have to take the help if you don't want it.
Correct.
But it might save you a whole lot of heartache. And especially as a caregiver, like you just talked about,
Yeah.
if you're a son or a daughter who's helping take care of mom or dad, that could be the very thing that lets you keep your job by having help from mom and dad.
There you go. And that's
So-
win-win for everybody.
It
It
is.
is. And just having that conversation sometimes. I know I've heard some folks say that they've had the assessor come to the home and mom or dad wasn't eligible for passport.
Right.
But it was so helpful because they found out about all kinds of resources that they didn't know were available.
Okay, there you go.
So the assessment does not cost anything for us to come to your home. And that social worker or nurse is there to talk to you about your needs and what you need help with.
And they're the
think about.
experts.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's the
Yes.
thing. I mean, you don't go to your next door neighbor for medical care. Like you go to
Yes.
the doctor who's the expert. So
Right.
you don't just you go to the people that know what they're doing.
And I always encourage folks, like, no question is silly. We have all kinds of questions that come through our resource center. So don't let that stop you from calling. Like, I'm not going to call because I don't think this question's really
Well, because no situation is the same.
right. Oh, definitely. So just call us and we'll help you down that path or help introduce you to another organization that can help.
Yes. And I would also add, just even when our assessors come out, is having that discussion about your finances. So many people don't want to have that discussion.
I was sitting here thinking that while you were saying that, I could, and even in front of like their kids or their
Yes.
even their spouses.
Yes.
Sometimes they wouldn't want to have that discussion.
But it's so important because you need to plan and you need to think about the money you have. And if I need care in my home, do I have the money to pay for it privately? How much would that cost me? You know, if I would need to go to a facility, how much would that cost me? You know, all those things people truly need to understand, because I have seen people get themselves in terrible situations. And, you know, way back in the day, many years ago, when I myself was an assessor, I remember going out to a gentleman's home and his wife had Alzheimer's and she clearly needed help.
Yeah.
And if you looked at their home, you would have thought, oh my gosh, these poor people, they hardly don't have anything. You know, they're so impoverished. And when I began talking to him about his finances, I found out he had $1 million in the bank. He had scrimped and saved all that time, and guess what? He was eligible for nothing. And if he had to place her, guess
He
where
would have
his
had to
$1 million
pay for it.
was exactly. So I mean, that's why it's important to discuss those things and make a plan, and don't get caught in a crisis.
You know, and don't wait. I mean, here's the deal too. I mean, as you're getting older, reach out to these guys because there are things that you can do to protect your things in the future.
Yes.
Maybe you don't need help right at this moment, but like 5 years from now,
Yes.
you might
Exactly.
need help.
That's right.
And you can start planning for all
Yes.
that.
And
And
trying to change that perspective because
work
people,
the system's not the right word, but like,
Yes.
Well,
you
think
know, like
ahead. I mean,
think
you want
ahead,
to
yeah.
plan. Nobody wants to think about, oh, when I need long-term care services. But we need to think about that. And another item we are all aging. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to talk about it. But my first grader is aging.
Yes.
I'm aging. I mean, we
Yes.
all are doing this.
Yeah, that's the one constant and given.
We
in
are
our
all doing
lives.
this together.
Yes.
So we are here, and our motto is helping you age better. So help
that.
us help you as you go through this process with services that you might need. Don't be afraid to call us. We're all in this together, and
Yeah.
we're here to help.
And that's the thing. That's why you girls do what you do.
Yes.
I mean, every day, and it's because you want to help, and there's a lot of people, great staff that you all have that want to help.
Sure. And
yes.
also want to add, too, we can assist those under the age of 60 living with a disability. So you can call for those types of services and resources as well. Please remember that.
So, what would be the typical age of somebody, typical, that you all would start helping?
Well, just like Jenny said, it could be somebody under 50 that has a disability. So it could be somebody that's had some, terrible disease or condition that has, happened to them and now they need help. But also I would say that, even though, our typical services, or should I say what we first started out with, was serving 60 and over years ago.
60 and over, okay.
But I would say that most people that we see are more in their 70s. That's typically when people start reaching out for help, but we've had people much younger.
Okay.
I mean, if you're a daughter, son, grandma,
Yes.
grandpa, you're checking on services for them. If you're a caregiver, just think all ages. I wouldn't focus on like this specific age, because wherever you are in your life, if you need assistance, we're here.
Okay.
I know sometimes when we say area agency on aging, it throws folks off sometimes.
It does.
And they think,
It's
well,
confusing.
I'm this age, so I can't call. Please don't let that stop you, because we have programs for folks under the age of 60 living with a disability. You might be a caregiver for somebody. So call us.
Listen, you don't get the sale unless you ask, right?
Right.
And so you don't find out what they can, or maybe you can't help somebody, but you don't know until you ask.
Exactly.
And nobody's going to laugh at you, and nobody's going to cuss you out, and nobody's
No.
going to be
Oh,
mean
we're
to
here
you.
to help.
Or
We're here to help.
Yeah.
We also have somebody on staff, I know folks out there might be interested, who can help with questions about Medicare. We have a lot of questions about that. So we do have someone on staff that is there to help you. And we have resources. So that's something else we can help individuals with.
And I think that there are so many people out there that get so confused about that.
It's very,
and
yes.
you start getting all this crap in the mail, and you don't know what to believe, and and it is really, really frustrating.
We provide unbiased information. You're the one that's going to make the decision on what you want to go with, but we're there to help you with the information. We can plug in numbers and let you know what you might be eligible for. You might be eligible for some programs that can help save you some money, which is great.
There you
with
go.
prescriptions. So we do have somebody on staff. I always like to make sure we let people know that, because that's is
awesome.
a big question a lot of times with Medicare.
Oh, it is. And when they started doing the Part B and all the crap that
All the ABCs and Ds.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, it is. I've had people explain it to me numerous times, and I still get confused about it.
It is.
It's confusing, but
And
we can help.
Let's be honest, there are a lot of scammers out there trying to take advantage of elderly folks.
There are.
Yes.
We actually do a live stream once a month. We just had it yesterday. We do it the second Monday of a month, called Medicare Monday.
Okay.
And we have somebody from the Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol that actually comes on with me, and we have a conversation. Typically, we're trying to identify any scams that might be out there so that we can alert everybody.
Okay.
And just tips on how to keep yourself safe and protected from scamming. So we have that live stream once a month, and then we also have like an infographic on our Facebook page and our LinkedIn page once a week on Mondays, Medicare Monday.
Okay.
So hop on there and you can get some great tips about how to protect yourself from scams.
If they ask you to go to Western Union, don't do it.
Right.
If they ask you to go buy gift cards, don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they will not call. They'll usually contact you. Medicare will contact you through mail, so that's a big one too. And we get a lot of times we talk on the Medicare Monday about how folks will call and go, "Oh, I can't believe this happened," and it's like that's what scammers do. That's their job.
That's their job.
That's their
They're
job.
genius
So they're
at
very
it.
suave, and they know what to say to get you to think differently. So don't feel bad. That's why we say call if you feel like you've been a victim of a scam with Medicare. Then call the Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol, and they can help you.
Okay, very good. And just if it doesn't sound right, call.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Hang up. It's okay.
Yeah. Like,
It's okay.
I promise you the police are not going to show up at your door. The Medicare police are not going to show up at your door.
They'll make you say things that'll frighten you, and
they're terrifying. I mean, I get calls that scare me, and I'm like,
Yes.
man, these people are good.
They are.
Yes.
Now they're starting to text too.
Yes.
You're getting the texts now, so
Yeah.
they're just trying to find all kinds
Your
of different
Amazon
ways.
account is
Oh,
on
it's been
hold.
hacked.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you get that, and you're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no. And I mean, then you're like, wait.
Oh, I'll get the text. My husband has the
email?
Netflix account.
Yes.
But I get the text to say your name. I'm like, no, you didn't get your information right.
Nice
Mr.
try.
Scammer. Yeah.
Right.
No, I have a family member that I'm not exactly sure the whole circumstances, but was trying to order Dish Network or one of the Dish things. It somehow got through to somebody that made them go and buy like eBay gift cards or something, and he did it.
Oh.
It was like $800.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm like,
Wow.
don't do that. Why would
No.
they? What?
Yes. Yeah.
I know, it's
But you know,
frightening.
it's they're good.
Yes,
They are.
At what
They
they
are.
do.
Yeah.
They do. All right, so let's go on. I was kind of looking down through some of the bullet points that you had given us, and you mentioned the caregiver support. There is a Dementia Conversations virtual
Yes.
education. So can we talk about that for a minute?
That's coming up on May 9th.
Okay.
We are partnering with the Alzheimer's Association and the Holzer Medical Center Inpatient Psychiatric
Because you used to
Unit.
work there,
I
right?
did, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we are providing this virtual education. We're providing it 4 times this year. So it's just a repeat. It's not like a series. We're just
Okay.
repeating the education. We had it in February. We're doing it again on May 9th. It's from 10 to 11. It's
Okay.
virtual, so it's very convenient for caregivers. And it's called Dementia Conversations. So it's just a workshop educational series that talks about how to have those difficult conversations with your loved ones surrounding dementia, driving for example, if somebody you're needing to have that conversation about somebody with driving, maybe wanting to stop the driving and having that conversation.
Man,
with them, which
what
is
a tough
hard.
one.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. And so that's why we're having this to kind of help individuals and families with having that conversation, going to the doctor, financial kind of topics. So it's free. We already had one in February, went over very, very well, very
Good.
helpful for individuals. So if you're interested, you just need to sign up. You can do that on our website or call or email us.
Okay, very good. And yeah, those conversations are because people get mad.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's very delicate.
That's a good way to put
Yes.
it. It is a very
Oh,
delicate
and they fear
situation.
losing their independence. You're
Yes.
trying to take control of me, and they've
Yeah.
been an adult all these years and have made their own
Well,
decisions.
I'm not a
and-
child now. Like, why are
Yes.
you treating me like a child and
Yes.
all that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Those are hard conversations. So this series helps you with some tips on how to have those, and,
Good.
and some ways that might be able to help you start that conversation.
And again, every individual is different, so your approach
Oh, sure,
Exactly.
Sure.
may have to be a little different than with somebody else.
And
That's
it is all about the
100%
approach
true.
too.
It is. It
It's all
is.
about how you present it.
Yep.
In a non-threatening way, and Missy can probably expand on that a little more. But we're just trying to come up with some ways that we can help the community. And so for caregivers, virtual is very helpful because a lot of times caregivers can't get away.
Yes.
And so hopefully this is a way that we can help you in your caregiving role, and you don't have to make too big of an adjustment to your day.
Okay.
It's free too. So.
Hey, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's
You don't
free.
give anything free anymore,
That's
so
right.
take advantage
Exactly.
of it.
That's right.
Right. Okay, and so there's something about QPR suicide awareness prevention. Can we talk about that
This
for a
is
moment?
another virtual education that we have.
Okay.
So QPR stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. So this is a virtual suicide prevention awareness education we've been offering for a couple years. I can't remember what year
girl.
it is or how many years. I have to add on.
We all
3.
lost 2 years of our lives.
We
Yes.
did. So I
Yes.
can't remember exactly when we started this, but I'm thinking it might be 2 years. But this is a fantastic education about ways that you can, if you're in that situation with an individual and you need to have a conversation with them around suicide, or you're talking with somebody and they're saying
scaring you
things.
or-
yeah.
yeah.
It's all scary for everybody.
Yeah.
So this education kind of helps you with some ways to kind of have those conversations or to help that individual, things to look for. So question, persuade, refer. Like I said, it's a fantastic education, a fantastic training. I would encourage anybody to sign up for that.
And
It
that
really-
doesn't necessarily have to be an elderly.
Right.
No, it's for
Folks,
any,
it's-
yes.
Yep. Any age.
Okay.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes, there's some videos that kind of I'll give a little teaser. At the end video is a young man who actually survived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. He survived. And so,
Holy moly.
yeah.
That would be a wake up call,
Yes,
wouldn't it?
yes.
Right. So he's kind of giving his perspective, and it's just, it still gives me chills when I talk about
Yeah.
it, because it's just he's an amazing guy, and sharing his story is it's emotional, but it really stays with you.
Yeah.
So it's just a way we encourage, teachers, law enforcement, community members to sit in on this. It really gives you some great ways to have those conversations and to help somebody if they're in that situation.
Love that. It's awesome.
And we've been doing that, like I said, past couple years, but we're offering it quarterly. And so we have one coming up in June. I think it's June 9th. I'm not quite sure of the date. It is in June. Just
Call them.
Yeah, call
Yes,
us.
there you go.
Facebook. We have everything on our Facebook and LinkedIn pages. So it's free. Again, it's virtual as well to make it convenient for you.
Very good. And, these are all resources that are free, and that, I think as we're sitting here, I feel like everybody in the world should be taking advantage of some of these things, because, maybe you don't have an elderly person per se in your life now, but 5 years from now or
Exactly.
1 year
Right.
from now, you might.
Yes.
Right. And it's about education. Like you said, you might not be in that situation now, but you or mom or dad might be 3 years down the road. And we hope that you remember us as a resource that you can reach out to.
Oh, yes. This is wonderful that you guys are here. Okay. Volunteers.
Yeah, so we are really wanting to ramp up the number of volunteers that we have, because
Okay.
we have our long-term care ombudsman program.
Wait, what's that?
So that is we have staff that work in that program as well, but that is where we go to nursing facilities, and we're really trying to be like a mediator between the folks who are in the facility receiving care and the facility itself. So
Okay.
if that individuals have concerns about, maybe it's something as simple as the way their food's being prepared and the facility's not responding, or maybe it's other kinds of issues, we're there to try to help resolve that problem
Aha.
and let
Love
them
that.
have quality of life while they're there, because that's
Yeah.
really what it's all about.
Like, by golly, they give me mashed potatoes every day, and I don't like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Exactly.
Love it.
So we're there to help with that. And so with the volunteer ombudsman, because we have a 10-county area and so many facilities to cover, the volunteers kind of like a friendly visitor who goes out and visits with folks and talks with them and makes sure that things are as they should be and they're happy with things. And if they're not, then they're going to go to the administration at the facility and have a conversation. So
great.
what I tell people to think about is, a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, I feel so bad that, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so is in a facility, and I worry, does anybody ever stop and check on them? Do they ever get any visitors? And, if you're having thoughts like that, this could be perfect for you. Maybe you're retired, you don't really want a job, but you could just kind of want to have some things to do and have some purpose.
Well, and a lot of times it's interaction for the volunteer too.
it is. Yes.
It's when it's works both ways.
It does, absolutely. So that's really what we're looking for, and just to be that friendly visitor and help be our eyes and ears, and make sure the people in your community are getting the quality of care they deserve.
Hey, I love that. That's
Yes,
amazing.
and it also, the volunteers do not go into the home, but the long-term care ombudsman program also helps with those long-term care services in the home as well. So
Yes.
either in a facility or in the home,
Right.
they're helping with concerns or questions about that as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. You guys have all kind of
There's
fun
a lot of
We do.
stuff.
Yeah, I know we've
There
just brushed the surface with it, and but that's why you need to call. And what would be the number that someone would call to get started?
1-800-582-7277.
All right, Dylan, you got that?
Could you repeat after 800?
It's written on the paper. In front of you.
Okay, that works.
1-800.
582-7277. And if you call after hours or on the weekends or a holiday, there is a voicemail box. You can just leave a voicemail, and we'll get it the next business day.
Okay.
You can email
awesome.
too, info@AAA7.org.
Okay. All right. So you have several different options
Yep.
to reach these folks, and that way you know how to get started.
Right.
So, I mean, just having someone to turn to is like a huge deal.
It is. And that's really what we don't want folks to struggle with. I mean, I know right now we have an aging population. You know, a lot like right now
Well,
people
for sure.
will
The
say
baby boomers
yes,
are,
it's
you know,
it's huge and
it's big.
yes. And so, you know, a lot of times people are sons and daughters and trying to figure out what to do. And, you know, I'm in that situation myself. I'm a sandwich caregiver. I'm working. I have my own children I'm raising, and I help care for my parents. So it's important that you reach out and know what's out there to help you so that you're not quitting your job or you're not severely depressed, and maybe it takes you to the point that you're having suicidal thoughts.
I mean,
it
and
happens.
that's a thing. That happens a lot.
Yes.
I mean, you've heard of the caregiver passing away before or
Yes.
getting
Yes.
sick before the
Yes.
person because they've got it all.
You need to take care of yourself. You
Yeah.
can't take care of others if you don't take care of yourself.
Yes.
Right.
So
finding out the options and knowing what's out there, that's the best defense you have.
Love that. Information, education is key. All of that stuff. Well, very good. That is this has been so helpful. I mean, it has been for me. I hope it is for a lot of our viewers out there, and hope you all have learned something. But the main thing is, you know, you're not alone, and these girls are here to help you. AA7 now here in Jackson.
Yes.
So
Yay,
very
we're so
excited.
excited.
Beautiful new facility out right off of McCarty Lane there, and so it's very fortunate that we had you guys here today.
thank you.
Yeah.
We loved
Thank
it.
you for
Thanks so
having
much.
us.
Yeah, come see us anytime. All right, well, we have to get out of here for the day. Let's see. Tomorrow is what, James? Oh, Wellston Mayor Anthony Brenner. We're going to be talking about some playground equipment, some things that they have going on there in the city. So look forward to having him here, and we'll go from there. So, all right, thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
and thanks to our friends from the State Highway Patrol for stopping by as well and filling us in on that whole new distracted driving law. So we will see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy some sunshine, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.